Hello, scholars. How are you? So, this is lesson 15. It should just say lesson, not lessons. So this is your lesson for either Monday or Tuesday, June 8th or 9th. And we are in week 8 of quarter 4, which means there's actually only 1 week left of school, which is crazy. This is our 53rd and 54th day of online learning. And we are in our Romeo and Juliet unit. All right. So today, our objective, again, there's only one. We will read and annotate the excerpts from Romeo and Juliet to track the plot and themes of the play. Today, you're going to read the prologue again, and then you're going to also look at the balcony scene, which is a famous scene in the beginning of Romeo and Juliet. And we're going to do that on CommonLit. So this lesson is all about this video is all about just lesson 15. Lesson 16, there's a separate video and a separate assignment. This grade for lesson 15 is classwork grade number 5. And it's that you've answered the questions and done the annotating of the article on CommonLit. So let's just look really quickly at the Google Classroom assignment directions, and then I'll show you the article, the excerpts on CommonLit. So here's the assignment on Google Classroom. You have the steps. Watch the CommonLit video. That's this video. Hey. And log into CommonLit and read the Romeo and Juliet excerpts. Annotate as you read. Important step. Respond to the questions shown in the video, as shown in the video. So they respond to the questions on CommonLit, as shown in the video. And then turn this assignment in so that me and Miss Rudder know that you finished it, and we know to go check it. If you do the CommonLit article later than the end of the week, when it's due, then please email us, because I don't get an email from CommonLit saying that you updated or you did anything extra after the due date. So you got to let me know that so I can update your grade. Okay, so on CommonLit, when you log in, you're going to see this assignment for my class, which is excerpts from Romeo and Juliet. I want to read the directions because it's important. William Shakespeare, and it gives you the dates of his life, 1564 to 1616, was an English poet, playwright, and actor. He wrote 38 plays, including Romeo and Juliet, which recounts the tragic romance of two young lovers divided by their families' ongoing feud. The following excerpts are taken from the play's prologue and its famous balcony scene. As you read, take notes on how the figurative language is used throughout the passage, and how it contributes to the themes. So I want you to start to think about what's the lesson that you can learn from this story, and you already should know the plot of the story because you watched the video last week about the plot. So I want you to think about what's the lesson, like what was the purpose for Shakespeare writing this play? What did he want people to learn about love or young love or violence or families feuding or being spontaneous and not thinking? What did he want you to learn? What was the lesson? So as you go through here, it's asking you to annotate, and it's telling you that you have this tool to annotate. So let me show you how to use the annotation tool, although I believe that I've gone over this a number of times because this isn't the first time we've used CommonLit. So if you wanted to make a note on something, you would highlight it, and then it pops up here with two different ways for you to annotate. The first is for you to just highlight, so you can put whatever color highlight that you want. The second is for you to actually type something. So here, it was asking me to look at figurative language, and this line says, "From forth the fatal loins of these two foes," which is 4 different words that start with the letter F sound. So this is actually alliteration. So I want to think about how alliteration is contributing to a theme or a message. So you're going to annotate throughout here, and I want you to focus on what they tell you to focus on, which is how the figurative language used in the passage contributes to the theme. So at first you might just identify the figurative language, but then as you get further on, I want you to connect the figurative language to a theme or a lesson. After you finish the prologue, here's the excerpt, and this is from Act 2, Scene 2. This happens after Romeo and Juliet meet at that masquerade and they fall madly in love at first sight. And Romeo sneaks into where Juliet lives and sees her on a balcony. And that's where this whole part starts. And so it's going to be familiar to you probably because she starts saying, Romeo, oh Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Like she's just talking to the air and she's saying, where is Romeo? And she's talking to herself. And then Romeo's kind of like lurking and being a creep. And he's like, should I tell her I'm here? Should I not tell her I'm here? She keeps talking. And then he actually reveals himself down here in line 32. And then they start to talk to each other. If you need help with this, you can look up a translated version of this scene. So if you're really, really struggling, then you would look up Act 2, Scene 2. And I think the best one to use is No Fear Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet 2.2, Act 2, Scene 2. And this, I'll show you what this will give you. Let's see, I think it's this one, but I might be wrong. But it should give you like a side-by-side. Yeah. So it'll give you the original text, and then it'll give you like it written in modern English. But you're going to have to find where it starts because this just does an excerpt from it. But if you're really struggling, then use this side by side so that you can see like, okay, here's what the old-fashioned version says, and here's what it means modern in modern English. So that's an option to help you. Once you've finished and you finished annotating, then you're going to do the assessment questions. I'm going to get out of here so you can see them. There are 5 assessment questions. The first 4 are just multiple choice questions. And then the last one is a writing question. And the writing question is related to what you should be annotating. So it asks you to explain the figurative language Juliet uses in lines 25 to 26 and how it relates to the theme of the excerpts. So you have to use this line here. Let's make it highlighted for you to tell what theme does this show and how does it show this theme. So I'm going to just put a note on this for you. The writing question. Oops, I don't know what happened. Oh, here. Writing assessment question. What theme does this show? How does it show this theme? So that way, while you're reading, you can make sure to pay attention to that. And then once you're finished, it asks you to please turn it in on Google Classroom so that I know that you're done with that assignment and Ms. Rudder knows that you're done with that assignment. Good luck. You're going to do great. And just do your best. Romeo and Juliet and Shakespeare in English is very difficult, so you're just going to try your best. If you wanted to read it out loud to you too, just notice that you can do that. That might help you. All right. Good luck.